What is up, guys? Red Rim Renovations here. People of America, it's a great day. Um, Today we're working on stair stringers, which is a step in putting the stairs back together. Um, Let me show you guys what we're up against and what I've learned doing it. How I want to make it so simple for you guys that I hope maybe even a kid could do it. But just the what first off, I love making videos just of updating people with what I'm going through. But the fact that it's not impossible what I'm doing. It is possible for each one of you to do this. Now that is if that is something you're into, you're passionate about with renovations and all that, that's the first step. But after that, it's more of um, just having the knowledge. And a lot of this stuff I've learned through YouTube, and it's been a little tough, but I've through actually going through it, I've learned it's not as hard as it seems. So anyway, enough said. Let me show you guys what we're doing. So here is the stair stringers. Man, I cannot wait to have lights in here. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry about my videos. They're just not well lit with that little light rock in it. But you know what? We're making the best we can for our situation. So here's stair stringers. That's what it started out with, a 2x12, 12 foot long. And then we made it into this guy all along here. So kind of explain what you have to measure and what you have to do first before you can even get that far. Because looking at that, it's like, yeah, right. That's you say it's easy. It ain't easy, man. Well, let me show you. So the big measurements that you're after is from your completed height. So let me show you what that. So for example, if I was, so this is the floor tongue groove. We're putting, that's 3/4. We're putting 3/4 back on this. After that, we're putting 1/2 inch OSB over top of all that, just because I want to utilize the tongue groove. I know it's not everyone's preference, but that's my preference, so that's okay. You guys start with putting 3/4 board on here, and then stack a 1/2 on top of that. So that will give you your finished height by the time it's all said and done. And then we're going to measure down to that platform, which is what I came up with. And what, oh yeah, I didn't show you guys this platform. All I done was just use 6x6s. Oh geez, you can't even tell. I'm so sorry, guys. Wait, just wait, give me a minute. There we go. It's just, I think it was 4 2x6s together like a decking. And then I had this cross brace right here. You can see on the outside, this cross bracing here, because it was really wobbly towards that wall. So anyway, I got that sturdy. I determined it based on if I was to stay on this platform, and what my clearance would be for my head. I gave myself about 6 to 8 inches from that ceiling, because we're just trying to keep, the higher I can get this platform up, the less steep angle these stringers are going to be, as you can see. So that was my whole advantage. I know it wasn't ideal, but it was for our situation. So that was my landing I made first. So what we got to do is go from this landing. This is called landing, by the way, if you didn't know. It's a second spot before you actually hit the ground. to where I just told you, your finished height. So if you don't have any, there can be ways to do that. I use my brother-in-law's, let's just say a laser. I keep saying people's this, people's that. I have people, I know. I used a laser to, oh yeah, I'll show you right here. So that dude, a laser, I used a laser level to literally shoot a, to shoot a line all the way over here. And I just dropped my tape measure. I hung my tape measure up on where, you know, when I had all those OSBs stacked. I just literally just hung it on there and just let the tape measure drop. And then that line would actually shine on the tape measure and tell me what the height is. It worked out phenomenal. Okay, now that is our height we've determined. Now we need the distance. So what's it going to be from that face? If that's the finished face I'm going with, which is, as you can see, that's what I chose. Don't mind there. That's just supporting the back. But this front is actually what I determined, that header there is what I determined as the finished height. Then I went, probably, I think it was like 6 inches in from here. So by the time I add a tread on here, that will be, I think it'll give me 6 inches in. So all I done was take a plumb bob from there, plumb bob to the from the front, all the way down to the ground, or just far enough to where I could take my tape measure and measure from that plumb bob over here all the way to 6 inches in. Got that done. So calculator comes in. There's a calculator app. I have to figure out what that app's called. I apologize. It's like one of the top calculators for determining your steps. And once you get that, all you got to determine from here, there's not much left to do, and then a calculator does all the work for you. You got to determine what your tread is, how thick so I'm going to use just a 2x8. I know that's a 2x6. Whatever, or just 1 1/2 dimensional pine is what I'm going to use just for our situation. So all I'm doing is, that's our tread. You got to determine, you type that in your calculator what you're going to want that. So it's 1.5 inches. And then the same thing on your actual stairs is 1.5 inches. And then it'll ask you if you want your nose, what's your length of your nose. Like, it's an overhang. Your typical standard is about 1 inch overhang. That's what I did. And it'll tell you what you make your treads, this, and how when you're making these, how wide you have to make them. It really, once you learn that calculator, it really helps things tremendously. So you get your dimensions here of what I can use on this square here, and I'll show you. Get my light over here, shine some light on this subject. So these are little cheater tabs that make it so nice to keep your exact angle. There's nothing fancy. You can buy them on Amazon. And then all I'm going to do is I just keep tweaking it, and you can literally lay it out. I'm sure you'll see these on many videos, but you just lay it out. It'll tell you what, jeez, if I can hold it here. It'll tell you what to make your rise and your run length on the calculator. So it's such a help. You can't, it'd be tough to do without it. Let's just say that. Then it'll also tell you, because I am just so OCD, I just like to make sure they're good. It'll actually tell you from point to point. So all I did, okay, I marked my first line. Then I come over here. I just literally measure out from this point to here. Well, I think it was 170. Oh crap, on millimeters. I'm so sorry, guys. Fun fact about me. all my tape measures, unless I have one tape measure that's all inches. I worked in, now I'm probably gonna offend some people saying this. I worked in a factory um, that's all German based, and I was introduced to millimeters. I thought, okay, I guess I'll learn I'm forced to learn millimeters. That's what we do there. So I got used to that. I loved it. I'm just gonna be honest. It was so much easier to work with millimeters. So when you guys see me working with millimeters, now you know, because it's easier to divide whole numbers than it is fractions. That's my opinion. I know someone's gonna say that, oh, you idiot. I don't know. Uh, I love millimeters, so I apologize if I confuse some of you guys where I'm like, oh, 270 millimeters. Huh? And I also found myself being more precise. So anyway, I'll leave it as that. That's my opinion. And it's just something I'm comfortable doing now. And so all my tape measures will have the conversion of millimeters and inches. So when I work with inches with anyone else, I have to like, it's a little rough for me, not gonna lie. So anyway, I can just measure out to the next one from point to the next point, and then I can get this thing literally dead on to the next spot. Get it here. Dead on to the next spot. Once I get my marking here, all I do is just mark that line and then just keep going down. The other thing, is you have to determine how high you want your from step to step to be. So I'll show you that. It's nothing crazy. So I pulled my number from, what was the height? So I got my height number, which was like 87 and a quarter to here. Yes, that's inches. I divided that out. They say averagely you want to keep it between 7 inches, maybe, I think it was like 6.5 to 7 and 7/8. So you divide it out. So I took 87 and a quarter and I started just messing with it on my calculator. Oh, hey, what's this divided by 10, this divided by whatever, and I ended up coming up with 11 steps. So that's something else you'll have to determine on your calculator, what you want your steps to be, which you'll find a happy number when you keep each rise. When I say rise, I meant from this step to this step when I get all my stairs on. That's the height you're determining. It's going to be 7. I think mine was 7 and a quarter from each one to each one, and that's just how it worked out. So I got 11 steps. So that's all you got to worry about when you're over here, is how many steps you have to mark out. After that, it's all calculator. So anyway, calculator was a huge help. So I'm just showing you guys how that is determined. I know there might be a little bit more knowledge into it, but really, if you just do a couple videos of just people who have done it, you can figure it out so easy. Learn from me. I'm the worst at just blowing things up. Like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a big project. How am I going to do this? This is tough. And if construction or renovations is something you're passionate about and something that comes naturally for you, it's not as complicated as it seems. So yeah, so I'm gonna put 4 up. Gosh, sorry, this video is long. I'm sorry guys, I guess I like talking. I'm gonna put 4 stringers up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, I'm gonna get all my risers and treads cut. Risers and treads, the same thing. Let's try this again. Treads and stairs cut. And then I'll finish that. Now this down here is going to be, I might end up ripping up this floor. So it's actually worked out to my favor. I'm going to make temporary steps right in here to come down, but they might end up getting ripped out later because I don't know what this is also the part I was telling you about for creating stairs, stringers. I don't know what the height will be from the floor to here. So I'm just going to have to make temporary ones and probably rip them up and make official ones later once we get this floor situated. So yeah, guys, and you can find, I find little brackets. This probably ain't the exact one to use, but that's my bracket for holding it. And then up there I nailed it to the side, so that worked out pretty well. So it's just finding good ways to mount it, and then that's it, done. So I'll give you guys an update when I've got farther along with the stairs. Anyway, for now, thank you all for watching as I go through this big long process of an update. So I appreciate your guys' support. If you haven't already, subscribe to me and to this channel, whatever, and just keep following me through this whole renovation. It's a learning process for us all. So anyway, you guys take care, have a good weekend, and God bless.